Hello and welcome to Hillsborough Sport Department. My name is Aidan Duffy. I am the Head of Sport at the college. The purpose of this presentation is to give you an overview of the course, why you should take this course, what you'll get from the course, and what the course entails. So I'm just going to share my screen with you now so we can go through the PowerPoint. Okay, so an introduction to physical education. Right, why study PE? Have you ever wondered why some athletes can run faster than others? How your personality affects your performance? Why some athletes take drugs? Obviously, at the moment in the papers, there's a huge amount of athletes that are taking drugs, being caught taking drugs. Why are they taking it? Particularly as the testings are so stringent these days. Why do they keep doing that? How sport has evolved over the centuries into what it is today, and why sport reflects society and how society reflects sport. So if you're interested in a sport-related career, such as medicine, physiotherapy, osteopathy, even more applied to exercise physiology, marketing, dietitian, coaching, journalism, these are the careers that lots of students go on to take. Around 25% of our PE students go on to do sport-related degrees, so it's a big uptake. However, that leaves 75% that are not going into sport-related careers. So, you don't do PE if you want to go into a sport-related career. It's a really well-rounded course that you're going to develop lots of skills within. So, lots of students go on to do law, marketing, civil service, etc. So do bear that in mind. So with regards to enjoying the subjects, the student survey in 2018 to 20, 73% of the students said they strongly agree that they enjoy the subject. 27% said they agree. The PE score was 1.4 in comparison to the average college of 1 with regards to the enjoyment of the course. So why PE? The best thing about PE is the diverse range of topics that you will cover. So you've got sports psychology, you've got anatomy physiology, you've got exercise physiology, you've got the history of sport, you've now got biomechanics, which is a large part of the course in year 2, sports injuries, skill acquisition. In doing so, you develop the skills of a scientist as well as those of an art student. Okay, so there's lots of extended questions in there as well as all the recall and the science side of the course. So teaching staff on the course, you've got myself, you've got Mr. Andrews, who's has been a course lead at another college in Cambridge for the last 10 years. He's joining us for next year. We've got Miss Rogers, who's currently on maternity leave, who will be with us next year. So we've got a very experienced team of teachers who are supported by equally experienced support staff. So we've got Linda Swain, who's our sports activator. She's also our netball coach. We've got Kath Owen, who's our sports curriculum coordinator, who organises all the fixtures. She works with a lot of the students in the workshops. And then we've got our gap year student, who's Will Garner, who's the previous rugby captain, who will be working again with lots of students in workshops. He'll be working with all the sports teams. And we're also supported by a large 12 sports coaches, a strength conditioning coach, and we have some ad hoc coaches that come in as and when needed. So it's a very large department. So what will the course cover? So you've got component 1, which is the side of the course that I teach. So scientific principles of PE. So that's the applied anatomy physiology, exercise physiology, and applied movement analysis. Then you've got the second side of the course, which is component 2. So if you notice, component 1 is 40%, component 2 is 30%. So the psychological social principles of PE is weighted slightly less, and the topics that you will cover on there is skill acquisition, sports psychology, and sport and society. What you'd have 2 hours a week on component 1 and 2 hours a week on component 2. So I would be teaching component 1, Mr. Andrews and Miss Rogers would teach component 2. Then you've got component 3, which is 15% of your overall grade. This is the practical performance. So you'll be assessed in one sport, in one performance. So you'd either be as a coach or as a performer. So there's no written work, there's no written element to it. It's filming, you're filmed over the course of the year. So it's not an on-the-day assessment. So you're in control of what coursework gets sent off. And then component 4, the last 15%, this is the performance analysis and the performance development program. So this is the written aspect of the coursework. So there's 2 pieces of work, which is capped at 3,500 words. So importantly, what skills will I gain by doing A-level PE? So like we said, it's the skills of a scientist as well as those of an art student. So formulating arguments by presenting, critically evaluating research evidence, accurate and concise writing, designing, carrying out research. So you do an action research project in year 2, which will be very, very similar to a dissertation at university, which is a smaller version. How to use sports technology, so heart rate monitors, light gates, speed guns, GPS tracker vests. You'll be using the VO video technology as well. Presenting findings and analysing data, again in the coursework. Lots of group work, presentation skills, and a general deeper understanding of performance in sports and how it applies theoretical knowledge to experience and situations. So there's a huge range of skills that you will gain undertaking A-level PE. So support. I mean, this is where PE stands out to a lot of the other subjects. The range and depth of support that you get that is on offer in this department is huge. So it's whether some of it's compulsory, some of it is open to students. Those that get the most support, funny enough, get the highest grades. So the support that's on offer, we've got taught workshops, striving for A star, which is students that are around about the A to A star grade. This is an invite only workshop, so this is once a week to get those students to get the highest, that are aspiring to get the highest grades. We've got catch-up workshops. So again, these are compulsory, so students that are not done particularly well in an assessment will come in, and there'll be formal taught workshops to catch up. Again, there's compulsory and non-compulsory course workshops to make sure that students get the highest grades in those. And then we've also got drop-in, which is one-to-one before and after college with members of staff. We've also got year 12, year 13 class sign up. So year 12s can sign up and attend a year 13 class for extension. And then we've got for year 13s can jump into year 12 classes for more revision and catch up as well. So there's a sign up sheet outside the door. The students can just come sign up and then go in as they please. So number 3, we've got ex-students working as members of staff. So Kath Owen was a PE student many years ago. So she did the course. She was then our gap year student, went off to university, got a first class degree, and then has come back to join the department. So we've got lots of members of staff that have been with us for a long time. Kath, who was a student herself in the past, gap year students are usually ex-students as well. This year we've got a non-PE student who's a gap year student. So number 4, we've got the everlearner.com. So many of the secondary schools are now using this. We've been using it for about 8 years. And this includes exam board specific tutorials and quizzes. So every single part of a course, there's a 15-minute video that you can use either as homework, as catch up, as revision, and then quiz yourself on your understanding. We've got our own PE resources room. So many of the departments around the college have got resource areas, but they are for everybody. And we've got a PE specific resource room. So only PE students can go in there. Computer access, there's extension reading, there's coursework exemplars in there. It's next door to the PE office. So if there's any questions from students, they can just nip in. All of the coursework is scaffolded. There's lots of templates, there's lots of exemplars. It's incredibly detailed, the coursework templates to enable students to get the highest marks. Exam technique, this is where I think we really stand out against other departments because we do a huge amount of time, spend a huge amount of time, effort, resource, developing students' exam technique. Apart from just, we don't just do lots of exam questions, we really break it down, particularly with the extended questions. We're looking at different command words, we're looking at the 15 markers, 8 markers, how do they differ with all the command words to enable students to get those highest marks. And then number 8, which is the revision tracker. This is one of the biggest resources that we've recently created. It's a structured revision timetable for students for year 1 and year 2. It's got keywords, recap resources, exam questions, mark schemes, tutorials, 15-mark question exam bank. There's an exam question analysis, which is all the exam questions that have ever taken place in the exam, broken down into the different sections so students can really focus and hone in on areas of weakness. And then there's obviously lots of past papers, examiners reports, mark schemes. It's like a one-stop shop for revision. So this is what it looks like. So you can see on 1.1 musculoskeletal system, you've then got all the different specification codes that link to the spec. You then broke it down into key terminology, revision, recap resources there in the middle, exam questions, and mark schemes on the right. So they can, and if you go a little bit further across, you've got setting targets. Are you ready to move on? Dating it, and then how students are getting on with it. So in the bottom right hand corner there, you've got assessment activities in the subject have been helpful in helping me to consolidate my learning. Again, the PE score is much higher than the average whole college score, 1.2 to 1.1. Strongly agree, 41% agree, 59%. Added value then. So this is added value is the amount of value that we add to students' attainment since they come in on their GCSE. So say for example a student comes in on a B, that they're expected to get say a B in their A level, because obviously A levels are a lot harder. We on average our added value is 0.28 of a grade. Last year, so that was in 2019-20, that would have been. The 3-year average is 0.42. So again, when you compare that to the Hills Road average of 0.06, we are getting a lot of added value, and that's across the board. That's not just in the weaker students. As you can see from the table, that line, that black line, is where they should be, and we're adding value at the top end, at the bottom end, and in the middle end. So we're adding a lot of value to students across the board. So how and when am I assessed? We do a lot of assessment at A-level PE. Essentially, students are assessed every lesson. So informally, every lesson through questioning, quizzes, recall activities. There's homework assignments every lesson. So students will be doing around about 5 hours of homework a week. Certain assignments will be self, peer, or teacher marked. There will be an end of unit topic test for every assessment, for every topic. Students are assessed against their college benchmarks. So if they don't achieve their benchmark, then they have to come back, attend workshops, and then are assessed again. If for any reason they don't pass, they will go through the same process. So students aren't able to move on and leave these gaps because the course is too vast, and when they come to the end of the year, there's too much to catch up on. So there's a huge amount of assessment to monitor that students' gaps in their knowledge aren't occurring. Coursework, so practical, theoretical. The average coursework grade is around about 90%. That's not because the coursework is easy, because we put a huge amount of time, effort, and resource into ensuring that students achieve the most amount of marks that they can possible before they move into the exam. And again, end of year 12 exam and year 13 mocks. These are both 2.5-hour exams that they do, and all of them come back with examiners' reports, mark schemes of where they drop marks, where they did well, how to improve their technique. So a lot of assessment. So extra opportunities. Again, A-level PE, it's not just sat in the classroom, it's not out on the sports fields. There's a huge amount of opportunities on offer. So the Boston trip is a big one. We go over to America, not Lincolnshire, Boston, unfortunately, it's slightly anticlimactic, that would be. Boston, USA, we go also to the universities, we go to Harvard, we go to BU, BC. We go and look at all the sports, we go to the Patriots, the Red Sox, the Celtics, and we look at how sport is organised differently in America. We're looking at it from a marketing point of view, commercialization point of view, franchising, all these things that are on the course. Students that are looking at going to medical related degrees spend a day at Harvard Medical School. Another thing that we do is we have really close links with Injury Active Clinic across the road at Hills Road. It's run by a number of ex-Hills Road students. So students will go over there, sports therapy, physiotherapy, and get some volunteering. Again, we send students on the Loughborough University Open Day. So this is a fantastic day. We generally send about 10 students every year to Loughborough University for sport-related degrees, and they go over there and spend a day doing a variety of workshops. We've got really strong links with Anglia Ruskin University. So for the last 3 years that we've been able to, our students have been their guinea pigs for their master's programs. So they've been looking at the role of salbutamol in running. They've also looked at VO2 max testing as well. So they go over and use all the labs and develop some really close links with their master's students. Likewise, we've got lots of technology in the department. So we've got VO, we've got player tech, trackers. The students are using all this data. They're accessing all the technology for their coursework, using it for their performance as well. And where recently we've been able to go to Malton College, where we use their cryotherapy chamber, their hydrotherapy facilities as well. So there's a variety of extra opportunities outside of the classroom that we take part in. So I've got a short video here for you. So this is the A-Level PE alumni video. So this is previous A-Level PE students, and I've gone on to their related courses and careers and give you a bit of an insight of how they thought A-Level PE helped them.
Hi, my name's Kate and I studied at Hills Road from 2013 to 2015. I took PE, German and French A-Level.
Hi there, my name's Lucy and I studied A-Level PE alongside biology and psychology. I left Hills Road in 2019.
Hi, my name is Fran Steele and I went to Hills Road from 2013 until 2015, and then my A2 levels were in PE, biology and chemistry.
Hi guys, my name is George Paul and I studied PE last year at Hills Road alongside history and English literature.
Hi there, my name's George and I studied A-Level PE between 2011 and 2013. So I studied biology, maths and PE.
Hiya, my name is Gemma. I studied PE, biology and Spanish for A-Level at Hills Road.
I took a gap year during which I did a ski season in France and also worked at a leisure centre. I then went to university in the US for 4 years on a full scholarship for rowing. I went to Michigan State University and studied kinesiology.
I then went on to Cardiff University to study medicine and an extra degree in emergency and pre-hospital care. I now work as a junior doctor in Bridgend.
I'm now studying physiotherapy at the University of Birmingham.
I went to the University of Kent. I did my undergraduate in sport and exercise science there. Following on from there, I went to Loughborough University and I did my master's in sport and exercise nutrition.
I ended up getting a scholarship to Yale University and majoring in molecular biology this year, starting on the graduate entry medicine course at Cambridge University.
One of the main reasons I chose A-Level PE was because of the variation within the course. So theories we learned in sports psychology, we also covered in A-Level psychology, and similarly topics such as hormonal communication and the nervous system we also covered in A-Level biology.
I chose PE originally because of the content, which I found really interesting anyway, as well as the relationship it had with my sport, which meant I could take the information I learned in the lessons straight out onto the pitch. This involved leadership styles, tactics, recovery methods, training principles and performance analysis, which all enhanced my career as a rugby player.
PE as a subject is fantastic for anyone looking to go into any kind of biomedical related degrees. I've got friends that work in occupational therapy, osteopathy, physiotherapy, physicians associates, research, biomedical sciences, sports science, just to name a few. So A-Level PE is fantastic, great group of teachers and always a great group of students as well. I can't recommend it to anyone highly enough, so good luck and choose PE.
Okay, so with regards to student performance, our 3-year grade average, this is up until 2020, I believe. 2019-20 was the last one. So A star B was 79%. National average is 48%. And our A star E was 99%, whereas the national average pass rate is 98%. So significantly above the national average with regards to achievements. Again, student destination. So this is the breakdown of what courses students have gone on to do. 89% go on to higher education, 6% employment, 5% apprenticeships. So obviously sports, exercise science, you've got veterinary physiotherapy in there, food and human nutrition, chemistry, computer science, fashion styling, creative direction, marketing. So, there's lots of sport in there, but again, also lots of non-sport related careers. Okay, so thank you very much for your time. If you have any questions, please get in touch and email me, aduffy@hillsroad.ac.uk. Many thanks.